events and issues shaping our community. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Believe it or not, just last year, more than 500,000 people signed up for Facebook every day. With this said, it's not surprising the popular social network is the leader of online divorce evidence. Here to tell us how social networks can get your marriage in trouble is divorce attorney Angela Neave, and thanks very much for joining us. Is the legal system ready for social media?
It has to be ready for social media.
But they're somewhat ill-prepared right now.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no rules for it. It's a new revolutionary thing in the last 10 years. So they need to be prepared.
And where you come from, evidence is evidence.
Evidence is evidence.
No matter what it is, and the court is accepting social media posts as evidence.
Absolutely. It's whatever the lawyers are presenting today in courts, and unfortunately, social media is a big place where lawyers are now looking for evidence when you're talking about child custody or alimony, claims like that.
And we saw this a lot with some high-profile cases where some pictures were posted on Facebook, and all of a sudden, here's this individual whose child is missing, and all of a sudden, all these pictures are posted of her partying during this time, and it's very incriminating.
Yes,
gives the wrong impression.
Absolutely, and people need to be very aware of the impression that they're making when they post these pictures on Facebook and Twitter and you know, MySpace.
Well, I have to ask, if someone is in the midst of some sort of litigation, why are they actually exposing themselves with social media? Are they thinking that nobody else sees this?
I think they don't realize the damage that can be done and the potential for people out there looking and reading. And if you're an angry husband or an angry wife, you're out there looking and you're finding evidence for your case that can be used against the other party.
Some do's and don'ts for individuals.
Well, don't post all of your post-divorce doings on your Facebook site. Don't do it. Don't post yourself being out. Don't talk about your new girlfriend. Don't talk about your boyfriend. Don't talk about the problems you're having with your children. That's personal. Keep that personal.
And pictures.
Keep the pictures at home where they belong.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be incriminating as well. The thought behind all this is that attorneys, the plaintiffs and the defense attorneys, they're aware of social media, right? So should they be instructing their client? And on the other hand, you should be looking at the principles in the case for any type of social media exposure.
Absolutely. Attorneys will look. Attorneys will instruct their clients to look on Facebook. They will instruct their clients to be aware of what they post and stay away from their Facebook pages. Absolutely. Attorneys are the #1 driving force behind this.
Okay, in addition to social media, email and texting. That's something else that I think people think if I text something, nobody's going to see it except for the two people involved.
Which is absolutely not true. I have been in courts myself where I have used emails and text messages as evidence.
And it's gone through.
Absolutely.
And are the other parties surprised that you have that evidence?
I don't know that it's so much a surprise anymore. However, it is incriminating, and people say mean, terrible, horrible things to each other they shouldn't be saying, and they say things that they probably don't want a judge to know that they're saying, and they need to be aware.
How can you capture these text messages? I thought if you're on an electronic device, how are they recorded?
Well, if you can download them or email them to someone you can use, I mean, really all you have to do is authenticate them, and that means prove that this is your phone number and this is their phone number and this is the text message or the email that was sent, so your email and their email. And it's a statement by a party, so it's admissible. And
email and texting have it just as incriminating as social media texts?
If not more so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So things are changing in the legal system.
Yeah.
And with all these changes taking place, do you think new rules are coming down on how to how judges should act with social media?
I don't know that there's new rules about how judges should act. I know that there are new rules about destroying evidence. It's not really so prevalent in the divorce arena, but you know, you're not allowed to